Hi everybody, this is Osprey from MyChartCoach.com, and in this video we're going to take a look at some more of the ticker symbols that were in play today. So MYSZ, this was a big winner today, closed up almost 40%, so that was a really nice move. Congrats everybody. That was the big winner today. RSI is still at 55 with more room to run. So today the bullish move was the close above the middle Bollinger Band and the 50-day simple moving average. Notice the green dots, there's a PSAR bull flip. So if the middle Bollinger Band at 170 turns into support and it can break the 300-day simple moving average at 197, stay above $2, then a new uptrend could begin. And then look for a run back up to the previous high close resistance levels. This 290 to 270 to 290 level will be the target if it can break out above $2. Okay, let's look at CPHI. Closed up 18% today. This is one of the China stocks. Has super tight Bollinger Bands. Notice the green dots here, how they were above the candles as it was consolidating. Well, the candles finally broke above the dot price, and the dots flip below the candles. That signals the possible change in trend. Notice how today's candle is pushing through the upper Bollinger Band. It's trying to break out to the upside. It also broke out above the top of this channel. Notice how it was in a sideways channel here. So if it can stay above the top of the channel, above 38, hold that 40 support zone, then you can see it run back up here between 50 and 60. This high close on January 8th is the big level to break. It's at about 58 or so. Okay, so keep an eye on CPHI. Now take a look at IDXG. It closed at 56 in the bull zone on RSI. Nice crossover on ADX with the green line crossing the red line. It's pinched with ADX. The plus DI is pinched with ADX, the green line with the black line. And if the green line crosses over, that would be bullish. Yeah, so check it out. It's got a nice close today above the 50-day simple moving average and above. Let's see here, and above the. Yeah, above the 50-day simple moving average, and then it's above the middle Bollinger Band as well. And so basically, it's got this key levels to break here. I should have put this in already. Sorry about that. But yeah, so today it was a bullish move above the dotted purple line here, the middle Bollinger Band at $1, and above the 50-day simple moving average at $1.03. If it can break above both these levels, it's this descending resistance line here. It'll be a key level to break. That could be going right across here. Basically, needs to get above 110. If you can get above 110, then the 100-day simple moving average at 115 will be the next target. So yeah, if it stays above 103, then IDXG could get a new uptrend going. It was a very bullish move today. Nice close. PSAR bull flip, giant volume spike, MACD bull cross on the 12, 26, and 9. So the chart's really heating up. Okay, take a look at HMNY. Okay, this got really beaten down. It had a big drop, and then today it finally closed above EMA4 at 489. If it can stay above that pink line above 489, then it could possibly get the bounce going. It's barely hanging in there, but it did close above. That's why I'm showing you the video, or putting it in the video. And the next target would be EMA 8 and the 300-day simple moving average in the bottom of this gap, which is the top of this candle. There's a gap between the bottom of this candle and the top of this candle. So yeah, so look for a potential run up there to the 560s if it can stay above 490. Okay, look at GPOR. There are more energy sector stocks that were in play today. It closed up 14%. So yeah, this had a nice bullish close above EMA's 4, 8, and 13 today. Notice the lower wicks in the candle did fill the on the two candles did fill the gap. So yeah, and then notice the pink line crossed over the lime line to the upside. That's an early reversal signal. It closed right above that middle Bollinger Band at 958. If it can stay above that level, it could get a new uptrend going, and the 50-day simple moving average would be the big target at 1152. It has to stay above 950 to stay in play here, above 958. This does trade options. So yeah, it had some pretty good volume on the options trading today with some nice percentage gains. You still have some low numbers here, so keep an eye on it tomorrow. Yeah, keep an eye on it. Could heat up some more. Okay, now let's look at CVEO. Yeah, if you look here, it's been in the sideways channel. It bounced off the bottom, and then the top of the channel is this candle here on January the 23rd. So if it can break above that level, just above 370, that'll be a signal it wants to head higher. It did close back above that middle Bollinger Band at 339. It needs to hold that support to get a new uptrend going, but it's really all about breaking through that 370 resistance zone. If you can see here on the CVEO weekly chart, each candle's 1 week of trading. This is a multi-year chart. It's hitting this resistance from 2017, the high close, also the high close from January of 2018. So this is a really big resistance level. If it can bust through this 350, 360 resistance level, it could run up to 450. That was the 2015 April, May 2015 big resistance level. Notice it's in the middle of this uptrending channel right now. So if it can bust through that 450, then $7 is the top of the channel. If it fails to break resistance here at 350, it could come down and test that middle Bollinger Band and 50-day simple moving average at 250. Okay, so AKER closed up another 6% today. This is one that we've been, that we've had in the chat, and had a nice multi-day run. So congrats everybody. And it did close above the gold line, above the 50 or 100-day simple moving average at 51. That was the move that we were looking for. The gold line needs to turn into support. Now it's hitting resistance from over here in December. The $60 or 60-cent resistance level has to break above that to head higher. Today's candle does signal that it could take a breather. As long as it stays above 50, that 51 stays above the gold line, then that would be bullish, and it's holding that EMA 4 at 48. If it drops below and it turns into resistance, that would signal consolidation, and it could test that middle Bollinger Band down there. So above 50, that's bullish, and then break above 60, and you're looking at the 200-day simple moving averages at 83 as the next target. Okay, now let's look at MNKD. This is Mankind. Yeah, it has RSI and Fasto are both in the bull zone. Yeah, this is, it's typical Mankind. It makes a little run and then it pulls back, makes a run, then it pulls, makes a run and pulls back, and then makes a run and pulls back. And so now it's, now it's on the possible setting up for another run. If it can, it's been holding this middle Bollinger Band. It had a nice move today. So it needs to hold the middle Bollinger Band at 281. That's the big support level here. And so if that holds, that's a signal that the uptrend's still intact. And then the big resistance level right now is this 100-day simple moving average at 314. The last two times that it closed above that level, a red candle followed. So if it closes back above, you have to anticipate a red candle following the next day, forming the next day. And then if it closed above that level and then a white candle formed on the following day, that would be a bullish change in trend. So you're looking, if you're long, for a bullish change in trend here, but you have to anticipate the 100-day simple moving average being resistance until it turns into support. And so right now it's setting up to test that level again. So if it can break above 314 and turn into support, that would be a signal that Mankind finally wants to head higher. Okay, let's look at TNK, another energy sector stock. So yeah, keep an eye on this one. It's not a great setup, but I'm just showing it to you because it did close above the middle Bollinger Band. It did form this long-legged doji, and the lower, the wick, that long lower wick did fill the gap, so that's good. There's no unfilled gap here. Last time it got above the middle Bollinger Band was on the 17th of January. It failed to hold and it pulled back, so it's back above that level for the first time. And so if it can hold that level and stay above 120 down here, then it could run up to that 50-day simple moving average at 131. So keep an eye on it. It could possibly get a new uptrend going. Okay, now let's look at CRK, another energy sector stock. It had the giant pullback. It found support. It had a PSAR bull flip. The green dots flip below. It's been holding the 100 and 200-day simple moving averages. And then I'm showing you this video because it closed above the pink and lime lines. It closed above EMAs 4 and 8 for the first time since back here when it was above just before the drop. And so many times when it closes above, it signals that the trend is changing, and so this is looking like a possible bullish change in trend. If it can get above EMA 13 at 739, that's the next big level to break, and then it does have some work to do. It has the 320 and 50-day simple moving averages. Once above that 50-day simple moving average at 830, that's when it could get a new uptrend going. And then finally, we'll take a look at IMUC here. It closed up 4% today. Same setup, interestingly. It's in a different sector. This is a biotech stock, but check out how it has a very similar chart to TNK. Pretty wild, huh? I mean, look at TNK. How it came down, and then it had the doji here that formed above, and then look here, it came down, and then it formed the doji above. Pretty wild. Yeah, so it's the same pattern, and so the same setup. You know, that's the thing, is that the patterns never change, just the ticker symbols, and so we're always looking for patterns that could repeat success. And so if it holds the middle Bollinger Band here at 25, then that's a signal that a possible new uptrend could begin. Notice the PSAR bull flip, the dots flip below the candles. The next target to break is the 50-day simple moving average at 28, and then the 100-day simple moving average at 32. Notice that it's topped out, you know, at the 100-day simple moving average. So if it runs up to that level, you have to be looking for a possible temporary top. What we're looking for a lot of these plays, including IMUC, is for volume. You know, they need volume. You know, these are a lot of them are thinly traded, and when you get the volume spike, you know, that's when it could be in play. This wasn't a great example because of the black candle, but what would be best here is if there was a bullish volume spike and it pushed through resistance, and then you'd be like, okay, IMUC is in play, ready to head higher. But if it stays above 25, you know, it is in play, and technically it could get a new uptrend going. You know, it's just keep an eye on it. Yeah, so here's some more plays for you. Yeah, if you'd like to learn more about charts and technical analysis and how to analyze charts on your own and be able to find plays, and yeah, if you want to come join our chat, we'd love to have you there. So everybody's welcome. I will post the link at the bottom of the YouTube video. Thank you.